Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 155. It is Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m., and just getting ready to head out for the evening. Definitely need to stop and get gas here in a little while, and then probably again on the way home. It is about 90 degrees outside today, and I went to church this morning with the family and saw another family there that are friends of ours, and we ended up going to lunch together, so that was nice. And right now, just doing my normal thing. A little bit sad that this week I'm not really going to get a chance to make any money, and I'm going to try to make the most out of today. And then when we get back, we'll be focusing more than ever on trying to make money and doing all the right things. So, right now, focused on plans for the trip. I scheduled some parasailing for the kids. We've got the house, and we'll go to the grocery store, get some food there, have dinner out, but overall going to spend a lot of time on the beach and just relaxing with the family and not really doing too much. So that's what's going on right now. I'm going to let you go and head off to the gas station and then off to the first casino, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am back. So I go into my first casino, and I don't see anything, but I do see a lot of players that I've never seen before checking machines, and most of my hope was gone right then, and I knew it was not going to be a good session. I only had like $10 in free play, and I ended up not having a machine to run it through, so I just picked a machine and ran it through there, got a few bucks, and I was walking out of the casino, and I took one final look at a couple machines. I found a play on one of them, and I played that through. It won about $14 or $12, and then one other one on the way out, and I played that one through, and actually that one ended up doing a lot better than I expected. That was at about $2 a spin, and I ended up leaving ahead $156, which is much more than I ever would have expected with that situation the way it was. So plus $156 there. I was listening to a podcast while I was in there, and I saw people I haven't seen in months, many months. So it's it's hot outside. You'd think people would be outside enjoying the weather, but I guess not. So right now the temperatures continue to rise. It's now 93 degrees, and I'm heading off to the next place, and hopefully we continue to have some okay luck here. I really want to make $2,000 today. Generally Sunday is not a day for making a lot of money, but I really would like to make $2,000 today just to have some kind of a decent week before I go on vacation. So letting you go right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It is so hot outside. Sweating. Just going to the car, I'm sweating. Anyway, I go into this place, and I'm expecting the normal, all the Asian people in this place, and, that I'm not going to find anything. I end up getting a parking place in an area I normally don't go through. I mean, I usually park on the other side, so the machines that I would normally check last were first because I came in a different entrance, and I had like $45 in free play. I walk in, so you remember the first place I didn't use any cash at all. Same thing here, I didn't use any cash at all. I walk in, I've got 45 in free play. I find a play, and I'm so shocked. I take a picture of it before I start, and then 3 spins into it, I hit it at $7.50 a spin, and it hits for $540, and I'm still on free play. So I go around, look at a couple other things, and really don't see anything else. I play another similar machine to that one, and I win a little bit, maybe $20 or something like that, but it uses up my free play. And Then I go to the final area that I look at usually, which is usually the first area I look at, and I see a play, but the machine is frozen, and it's kind of an iffy play, but it's one that, it's positive EV technically, although it's high risk, and you can get a lot of points. The only problem, it was a minimum bet. So I'm like, okay, well, let me push the attendant button on the other machine, and if they get here in time, I'll consider it. So I push it on the machine next to it. I check that one. That one has a few plays. The attendant comes as I'm playing the second machine, and by the time I play that through, I end up ahead for the day $830. And I look at that play and I'm like, for the amount of variance that there is, it's really not worth it, especially since it's such a low dollars per spin amount. It's the minimum bet. So I thought my time would be best used somewhere else. So I decided to leave that, and I ended up leaving ahead $830. And wow, what a surprise, what a good start. And right now we're moving on to another casino, and I have the belief now that it may be possible to get that $2,000 today. So hopefully no disasters happen between now and the end of our journey today, but so far so good. Plus 830 at that casino, and we're continuing on. So right now the weather is good. It's very sunny, it's very hot, roads are clear. A little bit of heavy traffic, but that's to be expected with everybody going out buying clothes and things for school. And I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I'm back. So you might be wondering, what is wrong with MW's voice? I'll tell you, and you're not going to be happy about it. You're going to be mad at my kids. I've been yelling at my kids. My kids have not been good. They've been spoiled lately, and I've been yelling. And that's the only way to get through sometimes. You try to be a nice guy, but sometimes you gotta get a little bit rude with them. So that's why I think I'm a little hoarse from screaming at some teenagers. Anyway, I was in there at the table for about an hour and 45 minutes, spreading from one hand at 100 up to one hand at 600. I walk in, and all the tables are full. There's one table open, and that's the $100 table. I walk up to the table, and there is one black chip and 6 green chips in the center spot, and no player. And then there's me. I buy in for 500. No mid-shoe entry, sir. Which I knew that, or I wouldn't have bought in for 500, because I thought either the guy is going to be gone for a while and I'm going to get a new shoe, or he's going to come back and play and it'll be a hand or two and it's the end of the shoe. And they cut it pretty thin at this place, but there was no cards left. It had to happen. He comes back, he wins like $400. So now he's got like $550. This guy goes on an insane run, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Some of the things that you witness in casinos, that guy went on a run, not doubling when he's supposed to, not splitting when he's supposed to, and walked away with $8,400. $8,400. Just, and I'm talking about in 30, 35 minutes. I buy in for my 500, don't win a hand. Buy in for another 500, don't win a hand. Buy in for 1,000, by now the count is higher. By the end of the first shoe, I bought in for a total of 3,000. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, man, I just can't shake this bad variance that I've had lately. And it's been, except for 1 month in the middle there, the last 3 months have been pretty bad for me for blackjack. Anyway, I'm playing, and I look up, and it's the same pit boss. I can't tell you what he did, but he did something about a month ago that really annoyed me. And I kind of mentioned it to him today, and he didn't reply. He just walked away. But he kind of looks like, I'll figure out what the guy's name is. He was the in children, he was the cousin with the weird voice. You know who he is, the short guy with the long hair. That's what this guy looked like. Anyway, I'm playing, treading water. I'm down like 3,000 the whole time. I get involved for a total of 4,500, and all my splits, all my doubles, and then I'll get a low count and I'll get a 20 and I'll get excited for a second and she'll get a 21, and it's like the most insane hands you've ever seen repeatedly. And I built it up to like 3,000, and I had a max bet out there which was 600, and I get a double down hand that's a borderline double down. What did I have? No, I got a double down that I doubled, so I had 1,200 out there, and I had a 9 against a 4. I double it, and I end up with a 19, and she gets whatever. You know the sad story. I end up losing the hand, and that was a big one for me because I'd just gotten close. That would have gotten me right there, and so I slipped back. And I'm grinding. This other guy comes to the table. So at this point, there's still 3 of us because the guy in the middle is still there. He buys in for 2,500, gets it up to 4 or 4,200, somewhere in there. Puts out all his profit on one hand, which was like a running -7 with like 2 decks to go. So he lost that one, put out 600, lost that one, and ends up walking away. I thought he was down about 600. The dealer seemed to think he was even, so her story makes more sense than mine, because why would he leave after putting those big hands like that and leave down not even? You think, anyway. So he leaves, then the other guy leaves. I'm playing by myself. I grind back. I go from being down, at my low, I was down 42 or 4,300. I come all the way back. I'm ahead 400. And then I'm thinking, all right, well, this one calls for a $300 hand. If I win this, I'm going to get up. And I win it, but the shoe's not over, and it's still a positive count. So I stay, and I lose like 9 or 10 in a row. Now I'm down 2,000 again, and I'm just like so upset about it because I just can't make anything work right now. Anyway, another guy comes to the table, buys in for 2,600. Goofy, right? 2,600. The dealer puts out 2,500 on the table like they're supposed to, and they ask the pit boss, is it okay to put out the last 100? Oh no, you can't do that. So she has to go through the whole motion, 25 and counting. Go ahead. Then she has to put all the money together, put it under the little flap thing there, and then put the 100 out there, and then count out 2,600. And he didn't want it that way. He wanted 2,000 in black, 2,100 in black, and 500 in a purple. She does that. He gets it. It's a brand new shoe. He sits down. First hand, he's got 7-8. No, he's got 9-8. I've got 10-10, and the dealer has a face card, and he hits it. He's got a hard 17 on the first hand. He's got like 300 or 400 out there, and he hits it. And then he's like, "Oh, I thought it was a 16." You're buying in for $2,600 on a $100 table. You've got a Rolex or some similar watch to it than that, and you don't know how to play the game, and you don't know how to add. So underneath, she had a 2. She would have busted. She got a 9. I lose. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, no problem, sir. Don't worry about it. I'm printing money over here. Don't worry about me losing my couple $100 or $100. Anyway, he stays on hard 15s against a 7, and I kind of understand his reasoning as a ploppy. Well, only a 10 would help her. Otherwise, she's got a 16 or 15. I get it, but he lost every single time. There were a couple double downs he didn't do. Ended up hitting twice, and we lose the hand instead of winning. And all around, just played very goofy. He split 4s against a 2, and we would have won. We both would have won. Instead, I won, but he didn't. And then the next two hands, the dealer gets a blackjack. So thanks a lot for that, sir. And then finally, I claw my way back, and I look down. I've got 4,600. I'm ahead $100. The count is a running -1. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm out of here. I push all my chips forward. I asked for 500 chips, purple chips. I don't like to say purple all the time because some regions it's different, but I asked for purple. I look over, he's got his whole stack out for the next hand. And I'm like, okay, sorry, bud. I mean, I'm leaving. I don't know if you thought it was going to be two-handed and you had some crazy idea. It's a running -1, just so you know. But I didn't say that, obviously. But so I ended up coloring up and leaving. I didn't see what happened with his hand, if he would have won or lost. And frankly, I don't really care. I don't care if he wins or loses. He doesn't care if I win or lose, honestly. So it was a very devastating, heartbreaking session, and I hated every minute of it. But I ended up ahead $100 after like hour and 45, hour and 50. I think it was an hour and 45 minutes. And then I go to the cashier. Their level for asking for ID is 3,000, not over 3,000, but 3,000. So $29.99. So I end up cashing out 2,600. I talked to the manager for a second. You know, we've had our ups and downs. I've had my days where I've gotten mad at her, but we're cool now. And cashed out 2,600. And then I went to the poker room. I noticed that there weren't a lot of people playing. So I thought, well, maybe I could, you know, I've got 2,000 in chips. Let me cash out 2 purple and get 7 black and 3 red. That way I have 1,000 in cash and 1,000 in chips. And it would be easy for me to go back and cash that other 1,000. And there was nobody there. So what happened was I go up to the table where you sign up for poker, and I say, you have any open seats? And she said no, but the 1-3 only has 2 people waiting. It's been going fast. I said, okay, that's cool. And I'm like, don't worry about it, I'll come back. And then she turns around to talk to this guy, and I walk right in to cash my chips out. And it turns out that he was the cashier. So I'm waiting at the cashier station and waiting and waiting and waiting, and nobody's coming. It turns out the person she turned around to talk to was that guy. And he's like, oh, I thought you left. You said you'd be back. I didn't notice you were waiting for me this whole time. And I said, if it was a prison, I would have gotten away, huh? And he laughed for a second, paid me my 2,000. I just cashed out the 2,000. And it worked out because he saw me say to her that, hey, you know, I want to play, and then I changed my mind and all that. So with all that, he didn't give me a hassle about it. And so I ended up leaving. I had $100 on the blackjack. I checked the slots, couldn't find anything. I never expect to find anything here because it's so overloaded with people. And I took off and been on the road for a little while. I'm already at the next casino, and I was taking notes and stuff. So I'm at the next casino, and I'm going to go in, see what I can do. Hopefully do a little bit of damage, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. Just leaving this casino, and really found nothing. Walked in, looked around. One of the first machines that I found had a small one on there. It was like 75 cents. Played that. Ended up losing like 30 cents on it. Went around, looked around, found nothing. Then I go to the back area of the casino, and there's a lady sitting on a machine with multiple plays on it. And she's one of these people who will run like $20 through, and then she's got like 18 cents left. She'll cash it out, open up her purse slowly, look through her bills, put in a $10 bill, play that slowly, wait for it to add up all the wins, 35 cents, 40 cents, 55, 75, $1, and then she would spin it again, and we're just taking forever. So I leave, I go to the bathroom, check some other stuff, make a couple bucks. I'm ahead like $5 at this point. I come back, she's still doing it. I thought, all right, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna take one more lap and we'll see what happens. Maybe she's gonna leave. So I take one more lap through, come back, and she's still doing the same thing. So I end up just leaving. So all in all, I was in there for an exhausting half hour of waiting and waiting and waiting in a smoke-filled area. And she never got up. She's still on it. So whatever. I hope she does well on it, but I can't wait any longer. The EV on that play really was probably $30 or $40. It's not worth it for me to wait for hours for that to happen. So right now, I think I want to go play some blackjack. I'm going to go to a casino that is hit or miss for having blackjack or not having blackjack, or having a good game or not having a game at all, and you know, all this stuff. But I'm going to go there. I'm going to play there, hopefully, and win some money there, hopefully, and keep this day going in a positive direction. I mean, we've won everywhere we've gone, just not huge wins. So am I up 1,000 or so, 1,100, somewhere in there. So everything is going in the right direction. We're going to keep building it. And in the meantime, I'm on WhatsApp communicating with a friend I met maybe 6 months ago, and listening to his adventures. And man, I envy him. And I know you're listening. I envy you and the freedom that you have to do what you're doing. I know you're probably having a lot of fun doing it, although you don't live around here, but I'm sure you're having a good time. So anyway, now I'm pulling up to this exit here where I don't know what's going on here, where the road is closed. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I can't turn here? I gotta turn here. You gotta be kidding me. All right, I gotta let you go and use my map, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I was able to play some blackjack. It did go a little bit better than the other one, but still there were some issues here. So I walk into this casino and I check out the slots first, like I always do. I find a couple plays, miserable, do terrible on them. One of them was $1.20, one was $1, one was $3. Played those through and lost money on all three. And I ended down $266 on the slots, so minus $266 on the slots. I go to play blackjack, and I go, there's only one playable table. So I go over there, no mid-shoe entry, that's fine. I walk up to the table, at the same time, another guy's walking up to the table, and I'm like, this will be fine. I sit down, he's already played a hand. It turns out that he was playing the shoe all along, and it was the end of the shoe. He played one hand, and the shoe ended. I'm good with that. I buy in for $500 in cash. So I start playing, everything's okay. The other guy is playing badly like the other casino. I'm like, what is wrong with people? Why are you splitting that? Why are you staying on that? And it's like, it's not a big deal, except every time they do the wrong thing, the next card would have given me a win. And I'm like, I'm not trying to win $1 million here. I'd like to win 500, 800, 1,000, you know, and you're costing me double downs, and my splits are failing, and they would have won. So I'm okay, though. I'm keeping my cool. The guy finally loses all his money, but not before his last hand. His last hand was a $50 hand. He had a double down against a 6. I think he had a 9 against a 6. And he had $50 out there. And he's one of these guys who reaches into his back pocket. Nope. Let me get that. Nope. All right. Okay. I got my wallet. He gets his wallet out, pulls out 2 20s. Then he's searching. He's trying to find a 10 to get $50. Searching, pulls out some money, puts money back in, finally puts out another 20. Yeah, $60. Puts it out there. Dealer gives him $60, 50 and 2 quarters and 2 $5 chips. Puts it out there. Gets a 3, I think. And dealer makes a hand, and he loses and walks away, kind of like cursing under his breath, you know. And I'm like, finally, this guy's gone. I can finally play. Now, at this point, I'm ahead like $150 or something like that. Pit boss comes over. The other pit boss was busy screwing around talking to the lady dealer and never even noticed me. Now, this older pit boss comes over, asks me if I have if I want to use a player's card. He didn't ask me if I had one. He said, do you want to use your player's card? And I said, no. Okay, he walks away. I'm still playing. Up and down, up and down. I see him open up a screen and scrolling through a list of names and people. And I see him look at me 3 or 4 times, looking at like color of hair, color shirt, you know, whatever he could get to try to match me up with somebody. And I'm like, guys, you can pay like $10 and get a little thing you put over your screen. It's a privacy screen. Then I can't see what you're doing. I can read half the stuff he's looking at. So he doesn't find me in his list. So he opens up like a notepad and starts typing stuff, looking at me, typing stuff. And I'm like, come on. If I didn't know what you were doing, if there was any way a regular customer could be annoyed by that, I would have said something. But obviously, unless you know what we know, you're not going to be annoyed by it. So I just push through, and I end that shoe ahead $50. And I'm like, hey, I'm not leaving. Play another shoe and finish that one ahead exactly 400. So I end up leaving after that shoe. And so I was up 400 on the blackjack, down 166 on the slots, or 266 on the slots. So I ended up ahead like 134 overall for that casino, whatever. Chip in a chair, we're moving. So moving in the right direction at least. So then I went to the food area, got some juice to take with me. I got some chicken cheddar bacon, and ate that, and got some snacks and drinks and stuff to take with me, and I took off. So I am on my way to the next casino. My wife called me. She was putting the kids to sleep, and which is very late to be putting kids to sleep after midnight, but everything is cool. And actually, I need to get my work done for the office for tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, I actually have to update one of the government website things. I got to remember to do that before someone else sees it, and it should be good. So right now, I've been on the road for a little while because I talked to her for a while. I'm probably another 40 minutes away from my next place. I don't know what's going on with the digital currency market, but I'm seeing crashes all over the place. Ethereum's down like 18-19%. Bitcoin is down like 9%. Bitcoin's taking a tumble. It was 70,000 a week ago. Is that what it was? Bitcoin was 70,000 a week ago and fell down to 52,000 in 1 week. That's crazy. Something happened today. It's probably profit taking. All the smart people who know what they're doing, screwing with the rest of us. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna let you go, do some work, and I'll let you know what happens at the next stop. Oh man, guys, I forgot to do my work. Still plenty of time, but I got to do that as soon as I finish this recording. But I did go into the next place, and it was pretty dead in there, and it was mostly people looking for plays, so it wasn't really much around. I did find one play right away when I walked in, and I believe I broke even on that one, maybe made a few dollars. Went to another one, lost a couple dollars, nothing going on still. Then I go into the back reaches of the casino, and I find one in position, and I play that one through and have a nice hit on that one. That one's about $4 a spin, and I left that one ahead overall like 220 $120, something like that. And then took one more lap around, and right by the front on my way out, I found another play, and I'm trying to think how much. I think it was $1.50, and played that one through. And with that one included, I ended up leaving ahead $334. So plus $334 is a nice hit for this time of night. And it was pretty quiet in there, and I don't know. That's the problem, is a lot of these guys go over there and socialize. They're not really working. You might as well be at home sleeping if you're going to be out at 1 or 2 in the morning at the casino and you're not making money. Why are you there? Be at home in your nice bed, or watching TV, or doing something. This is more of work. It's not about, if you're doing this for money, I don't get it. But I saw a bunch of people checking the same stuff I just checked when I was leaving. And, overall, it went pretty well. I wasn't in there long, probably 20 minutes, and ended up leaving ahead $334. So can't complain about that. So right now we're going to move on, and it's early enough that I could probably hit one more without hurting myself too much for tomorrow morning. And then after this next one, I need to start heading back. It'll be a long drive back. So we're going to move on to another casino, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So I moved on to the next place, and it was pretty much quiet, but I saw a couple Asian couples in there looking around at stuff, and I found a machine initially that had plays at 2 different levels, and I was more worried about the higher priced level than the other one, because of just the way that this machine is. It pays better at certain levels. And I played the lower level one and made $70. Played the higher level one and lost like probably 160, maybe something like that. And then walked around, looked at some other stuff, and couldn't find anything for a long time. Then found a machine that I like, and looked at it and found one play on it, and it was going to take like 15 minutes at $6 a spin. And I played that through and ended up getting most of my money back. I went from being down a couple hundred to being down like 25 or something like that, and then moved down, found another one that most people don't play because they feel it's too risky, but I just think that they don't understand the machine. And I played that one at a cheap level, like 60 cents or something, 50 cents, and got some more money back. Lost a little money, made a little money. Overall, I ended up down $43 for the session, so lost $43, got a drink while I was in there. Walked around, I got a lot of points today, so that's good. Probably got, 3,000 points. Each point is $5. That's like $15,000. Maybe less than that, maybe $10,000 I got. So that's good. That'll ensure that I get free play in the future, because right now my free play is only $5, so almost not even worth coming for it. But I know that there are plays here that I know of that other people don't, so it's a little secret. So enjoying that. Usually I can make money on certain machines when I come to this area. So anyway, I think for the day overall, if I can just calculate here in my head, I think we are ahead like $1,516. So not a bad day, considering. And really, if I hadn't lost at the one casino on the slots, we were pretty close to 2,000. So I'm not gonna worry about it. It's a good way to start the week. Next couple days are not going to be that great. There are not going to be a lot of opportunities to make money, although I'm considering maybe making an unscheduled trip. We'll see how I feel and how things are at work. If I do that, it's going to really mess with my schedule, because Wednesday we're going on a very long trip, and if I'm tired from a very long trip the day before, it may not be good. So we'll see how it goes anyway. So for now, I'm going to start heading toward home, and then I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, still heading toward home. The low fuel light just came on. I'm going to go ahead and stop for gas in about 30 miles. And then we'll still be about an hour away from home. So overall, not bad. Should be home by 4:30, and get about 2.5 hours sleep, get up, and go to work. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop, get some gas, maybe get something to eat. And, let's do the sections real quick here. What did you eat today, MW? And I don't know. I have to think back here. We had Mexican with the family, so what I like to do when we get Mexican after church is I get chicken fajitas. You know what you're getting. You're getting lots of vegetables, and you're getting real pieces of meat. You're not getting like some ground up mystery food. So I had that. Usually I don't like too many tortillas, maybe one or two little ones, and other than that it's low carb. This evening I had that chicken with cheddar and bacon, and I had some fruit juice, some water. And what did you tip today, MW? I was actually very generous today, and I tipped $5 today. So, don't say I'm not tight, because I do loosen up every once in a while. What happened there was the guy was typing in my information at the casino. I did put out a $5 tip, and whether or not it wins doesn't matter to me. To me, it's a win. It's a tip, right? Because I spent $5 for it. It did win, so he ended up with $10, but it cost me $5. So that's what happened. And then we could rate the food. The chicken fajitas this morning, I would say, are a queen on a scale of 2 to ace. Maybe too many green peppers in there, but it was a huge plate. It was really nice. And then the chicken I had this evening, or last night, I would give that probably 8 on a scale of 2 to ace. It was okay, but it was pretty much what I said. Nothing fancy and nothing special about it. No extra ingredients that made it taste better or anything like that. And actually the container it came in was a little bit greasy because the person touching it didn't keep their hands clean. Or didn't wipe their hands before they put it in the box or whatever. So overall, not a bad day. Gonna continue my trip home, and we'll do a 2-day episode, so you'll probably see something released on Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to release anything else the rest of the week after that, but you'll find out. So if you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.